You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Monday the 18th of May, 2026. It is 59 days after the spring equinox. It is 34 days before the summer solstice. In today's episode, hardy rubber trees, public education, Halley's Comet, the Roosevelt Island Tram, Mount St. Helens, and a great Zen master. The sun rises today at 5:36 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:52 p.m. The sun sets today at 8:09 p.m., civil twilight ends at 8:41 p.m., and nautical twilight ends at 9:20 p.m. The length of daytime today is 1 minute, 49 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waxing crescent phase and is 6% full at midday. The moon rises today at 6:41 a.m., and then it sets at 11 p.m. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the morning, low tide, 6:03 a.m., minus 9 centimeters. In the afternoon, high tide, 12:23 p.m., 1 meter 62. In the evening, low tide, 6:09 p.m., 12 centimeters. This is the Monday Reservoir Report for New York City. The Delaware Watershed, Cannonsville, 101% full. Papacton, 100%. Neversink, 100%. Rondout, 96%. The Catskill Watershed, Schoharie, 101%. Ashokan, 98%. The Croton System, 100% full. In our shared realm of plants and animals, among the exotic trees that are planted on our streets is the hardy rubber tree. Native to China, it was brought to the United States at the beginning of the 20th century. At first, it was considered as a potential producer of rubber, and indeed it does produce latex, but not in sufficient quantities to be commercially useful. In China, its bark is an important ingredient in traditional medicine. Here, it's used as a reliable shade tree. Although it's slow growing, it makes a dense, rounded crown of leaves, and it's a very resilient tree, putting up with all kinds of urban abuse and thriving nonetheless. We've mentioned before the 2 fine specimens on 12th Street. According to the Parks Department, there are almost 4,000 hardy rubber trees in the city. Maybe not that exotic, after all. Commemorations. On this day in 1852, Massachusetts made a law requiring children to attend school for a minimum of 12 weeks each year. Most towns had already set up publicly funded schools in that state. The law was one of the foundations of something we take for granted, that children receive an education and that public schools provide every child that opportunity. On this day in 1910, the Earth passed through the tail of Halley's Comet. The famous comet appears near the Earth about every 75 years, but this is the only recorded incident of our planet coming into direct contact with material from the comet's tail. In some quarters, anxiety was high, as a French scientist had raised the possibility that chemicals in the tail would poison our atmosphere. The Earth was within the tail for a full 6 hours. Spoiler alert, we emerged unscathed. On this day in 1976, the Roosevelt Island Tramway first opened to the public. What had been known for decades as Welfare Island in the center of the East River had been redeveloped in the late 60s and early 70s as a thriving community, and the prisons, insane asylums, and quarantine hospitals had been closed. The tramway gave the first easy access to the island, with its gondolas lofting people across the river, suspended from high cables. Now that the subway also stops on Roosevelt Island, it's no longer as crucial as it once was, but it's a breathtaking ride. Happy birthday to the tram. On this day in 1980, Mount St. Helens in Washington state erupted. The volcano had begun showing signs of danger in March of that year. At 8:32 in the morning of the 18th, a magnitude 5.1 earthquake struck the mountain, and the entire north face sheared off, plummeting into the surrounding valleys. It is the largest debris avalanche in recorded history. Magma spewed from the mountain, leveling 230 square miles of what had seemed to be ancient forests and burying them in ash. How short is human memory? The mountain had erupted with similar intensity as recently as the year 1800. Today we remember Shunryu Suzuki, born this day in 1904 in Kanagawa Prefecture, Japan. The master from the Soto school of Zen Buddhism came to the United States in 1959 and became a leading teacher of Zen in the West. He founded the San Francisco Zen Center. In his book, Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, he wrote, "In the beginner's mind there are many possibilities, but in the expert's there are few." He also once said, "In meditation, leave your front door and your back door open. Let thoughts come and go. Just don't serve them tea." We honor Suzuki Roshi today. Finally, today is the birthday of the 11th century Persian poet Omar Khayyam. We leave you with this passage from his writings. "Poor soul, you will never know anything of real importance. You will not uncover even one of life's secrets. Although all religions promise paradise, take care to create your own paradise here and now on earth." And that is the Observatory, Monday the 18th of May, 2026.